Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. How is everyone? So, you would know that on Friday, when I'm supposed to wake up early, I sleep till 7:42. And today, when it's Saturday, I get to sleep in. I'm awake at 6:30, just wide awake, watching Kristen Hampton and a turtle. It was a toy, a pooping turtle. I was belly laughing at 6:30 this morning, watching her and this pooping turtle. It was the funniest thing. But anyway, if you don't watch her, go watch. At least go watch that video because I cried. I cried a tear of laughter watching that video. And I love when I wake up watching a video that makes me giggle. Yes, I do. And then, let's see what happened. I eat breakfast and I walk the dogs. And I don't know, it's been so warm, unseasonably warm. We hit a new high the other day of 82 in February. And now today, I looked at the temperature because I look at my weather app 82 times a day. I don't know why, but I do. I'm kind of obsessed with it. And it didn't register that it said, I don't know, 52 or 54. It didn't register. And it's damp. Yeah. So I went out in a t-shirt. I about froze. Now, that's relative, I know. I didn't really about freeze, but it was so damp and so chilly. I was like, why didn't I put on my jacket? Why? Did it not register that it's 52 or whatever it is instead of 62? I don't know. But anyway, I was like, y'all need to hurry up and do your business because Mom's got to go back home. In other news, I soaked my foot. This was about a redneck thing to do, but I just grated a potato in a Ziploc bag, a big one, a gallon size, because I got such a big foot. And I just stuck my whole daggum foot in there, no cloth or nothing, and I just let them taters just soak up around my heel. And do you know that, it's still there. I'm not saying it's gone, but do you know that I have been walking without pain? Like it feels like a little stone bruise compared to an entire nail in my heel now. So we are making progress. Plus, I am rubbing castor oil on both feet night and morning because it said the castor oil would help break up the bone spur. I don't know. I am obsessed with this stuff. Somebody in the comments told me that somebody she knew was rubbing castor oil on her eyelashes and that they grew so much she had to stop using it because her eyelashes got so long they were hitting her glasses. What? Really, what? My neighbor and her new little puppy, Rosemary. It was the day I got the castor oil, one day last week. I think it was the day after. It doesn't matter, Tracy. Anyway, they come out in the yard. And Rosemary always flips over on her back, and I'm a belly rubber, so I'm rubbing her belly. And that dog wiggles more than any dog I've ever known. But anyway, I'm trying to rub her belly, and my hand hit something, because the doctor in me is like, oh, danger, there's something wrong. And so I started rubbing again, and I'm trying to hold her still and look at her belly. She had a big old bowl, I guess, or a rising or whatever, We call them bowls or risings. I don't know. It's just like a big old bump, and it was a hard little bump. That daggum thing was pretty big to be on a puppy. And I said, have you seen this bump on her belly? And she said, no. And I said, she's got a little hard knot, like the end of my fingertip, And it was about that tall. And she said, oh, I haven't seen it. I said, let me go get you some castor oil. It's the new essential oil. Let me go get it for you. I said, take just the tiniest little drop, not a lot, because she might lick it and you don't want her to eat, consume that much. Rub it between your fingers and put it on this bowl morning and night. Several times a day if you want to. You can, just don't let her be licking it. Don't put it on there thick. And just watch it. I said, I'm not telling you not to take her to the vet, but I'm just telling you to do this, and then you make your decision about going to the vet. And she said, well, I ain't taking her to the vet. Just running her to the vet for this if I can get rid of it on my own. I said, well, that's your decision, because, you know, I can't make those decisions for people, but I'm just telling you, put this on there. And she did. I think she said she put it on there, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, you know, morning and night, and sometimes in the middle of the day, she'd put a little bit more on there. And I mean, this is like hardly nothing that she's putting on there. Yesterday, I looked at it, and it's gone. It's basically just a little scab. So, yes, it's amazing stuff. On the other side of that, did y'all know that the highly toxic poison called ricin also comes from the castor oil plant? Which just means that apparently good and evil can come from the same source. Yeah, castor oil and ricin both come from the same plant. So, yeah, but it grows in India and Africa, so I don't think we have to worry about running into it here. I surely wouldn't plant it in my yard knowing that it can contain ricin. But anyway, I'll just buy the oil and keep putting it on my feet and my eyelashes and in my moisturizer. And somebody said put it in your hair, which I've used coconut oil in my hair. When it's time to wash my hair, I don't do it all the time, but I'll just coat my hair with coconut oil, and then I'll wet like a small towel, and I'll put it in the microwave. You know, I'll just dampen the towel, small towel, hair towel, whatever, and I'll put it in the microwave and heat it up, and then I'll wrap my hair up in it, and I'll just walk around like that for a little while, a couple hours, and then I'll wash my hair real good, and my hair is fluffy after I do that. You would think it would be heavy with grease, but it's not. So this person said use the castor oil, and basically you can do the same thing. You don't really have to do the hot towel. I just like that. And she said it helps thicken up your hair. So, I mean, what? I'm just amazed. On to other news. Darlena sent me a message this morning and said, I just wanted to make sure this was not you before I click on the article. No, it's not me, but I'm going to read it to y'all. Georgia woman, I'm telling you, we're turning into Florida with all these news reports. Georgia woman crashes SUV into Popeyes after her order was missing her biscuits. Now you've been arrested for 2 felonies. You've tore up your car. You're going to have to pay for the damage to Popeyes. Wouldn't it have been easier to just go in and be like, hey, you forgot to put my biscuits in the bag? A Georgia woman recently was arrested after authorities say she purposefully crashed into the Popeyes restaurant. I mean, they do have good biscuits, though. They do be having good biscuits. The woman, identified as 50-year-old Belinda Miller of Augusta, is charged with felony aggravated assault, criminal damage to property in the first degree. Just after 7:45 p.m. Saturday, Richmond County Sheriff's deputies responded to the chicken restaurant in Augusta for an accident with injuries, you think? The Popeyes manager told deputies Miller drove her SUV into the east entrance after she became upset that her order did not have any biscuits. The manager told authorities Miller's order was corrected and she received her biscuits prior to the incident. But she was still not happy. So they corrected it and they gave you your biscuits, but you still drove into the restaurant? Prior to the incident, the manager said the woman made several threats to staff, even calling and threatening to drive her car into the building. She had to carry it out for him. Oh no, that's I was reading other news articles that popped in the middle of this. I hate the way they do that. One of the employees who was standing by the entrance was almost struck by the car during the incident, noted deputies. Miller continued driving after hitting and entering the building until her car was stopped by the debris, according to arrest warrants. After crashing into the restaurant, Miller fled the scene. She fled the scene, according to her report. Her car was later found at her home with front-end damage. this just proves that criminals are not smart. First of all, I'm sure there's cameras everywhere. You can't break the law these days without cameras being anywhere. You know, they're everywhere. People have them on their houses. They're on light poles. I mean, they're everywhere. You can't break the law anymore, guys and girls. I mean, they're at traffic lights. So if you crash into a building and then you flee, guess what? There's going to be a camera that's going to get a picture of your tag. And if they get a picture, or let me say, we call it a tag here in Georgia or in the South. I'm not sure how far spread that is, but I believe other people call them license plates. There's going to be a camera somewhere to get a picture of your license plate and see your front end damage and know that it matches the description of the car. And the people at the Popeyes is going to remember you. Yeah, they is going to remember you because you got in a fight over biscuits, okay? It's not that serious. Just go back up there and say, hey, you forgot my biscuits. Thank you. Have a good day. And drive off. You ain't got to tear up your car and the whole restaurant just because they forgot your biscuits. Honestly. Anyway, I was going to tell y'all another story I heard, and it just left me. Oh, a lady was asleep in her vehicle, I think in a parking lot somewhere. I mean, like, I don't know if she's living in her vehicle or if she just, you know, had to pull over and park and sleep it off. I don't know that part of the story, but she woke up to the sound of someone under her vehicle. Well, she couldn't tell they were under her vehicle. She just heard something going on around her vehicle. And when she woke up, there were other men standing around her vehicle. So she just cranked it up, put it in drive, and drove, you know? I guess she was a scared because of all the noises going on around her vehicle and then seeing all these people standing around her vehicle. Well, she drove until she felt a ka-thump under her vehicle. And the ka-thump turned out to be a man under her vehicle who was trying to get to her catalytic converter to steal it. Because apparently catalytic converters have precious metals that you can probably take and sell so you can buy you some meth or something. That's methed up. I mean, it's just messed up. But this world has gone mad. It's just gone mad. I mean, whatever happened to just working for a living for your meth, okay? You don't have to steal the catalytic converter under a car that somebody's actually sleeping in. He died, by the way. Yeah, he died. She ka-thumped him good because he died. I mean, I hope she's not living in her car because that's sad. And it's sad that he died, but people just don't think anymore. They just do things, you know? They just do things and they don't think about it. Think about the consequences of their actions. I know the consequences of my actions today. I took out the trash and then I brought some of them paint cans in and I'm putting cat litter in them, you know, to dry them up. So when I cleaned out the cat litter box, I just put all the dirty cat litter in them paint cans. If somebody opens those paint cans, they're going to be like, what the? But you know what? It's going to dry it up. I mean, there was a lot of litter with it. So, yeah. And then I put all that in a bag and took it out and put it in the trash. So I'm down to 2 paint cans, big gallon-size paint cans, and a couple of those, I think it's a quart size or something. Anyway, I may go get some paint today and paint my door because my door is that light blue. Can y'all see it? Because I can't see what I'm looking at because I just turned the camera around. Because these phones don't flip while you're talking. I don't understand that. I don't know what kind of phone people have. Well, I know some of them have Samsungs or whatever, but I have an iPhone. And we all know I can't make videos using the camera on my iPhone because it washes me out. So I have to use the camera in my app, my editing app. Anyway, that's not what I meant to say. I didn't mean to get on that conversation. But anyway, I'm going to paint my doors like a kind of a, it's not really lime. It's kind of a lime green. It's not really lime, but it's kind of lime. It's kind of the color that Sharon found for me is Sherwin-Williams Parakeet. So it's that color green, you know? And I think that'll look nice with the white and that, because the dark color on my house is kind of a bluish gray. So I need more of a contrasting color. And I didn't want to go red or yellow because I've already had red or yellow. Red and yellow. And. I've had every color door. I like painting my doors because it's like a facelift, but it doesn't cost a lot of money because it's just like a quart of paint. You know, you don't have to buy a bunch. If I was only painting one door, I'd get a sample. But since I got 2 doors, I might have to get more than a sample. Or I could get 2 samples. I've painted nearly a whole bathroom with some of the samples you can get. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bob. I might go to Ace Hardware and look at their greens because I do be liking the Ace Hardware because they have stuff I can shop. I like shopping, you know, so I can shop and buy paint at the same time. Whereas at Sherman Wilmans, yeah, you can only get paint. So anyway, that's it for now. I might be back later. I might not. But if I don't come back later, then bye. Well, hello. You know, I had an idea in mind for what I wanted the door to look like. It's still wet. I'm not so sure, though. I'm not so sure it's going to dry any better than it is. But it reminds me of when my mother, I believe it was the 80s. It might have been the 90s, but her friend Brenda was a decorator, and Victorian was all the rage. And Brenda had painted her living room pink. Pink. Hi. That's wet paint. That's wet paint. Don't just barrel right through it like you always do. And this is a wet door, okay? Hi. So anyway, my mom decided that she would paint her bedroom pink, like Brenda's living room. Come on. You getting in my lap? Come on. Just get away from the wet door, unless you want your honey green. Oh, where'd you go? Anyway, so we went to buy the pink paint, and we came home, and we painted her bedroom. It only stayed on the walls about a month before she said, I can't live with this anymore, because it was about the color of Pepto-Bismol. Well, the color green that I chose on the card was a lovely shade of green. Do y'all see it glowing off my face? It was a lovely shade of green. It was called Spring Leaf. Spring Leaf. Doesn't that sound nice? I'm just not so sure about what it's looking like on the door. It's kind of reminded me of 1980s neon green, though. Are y'all ready? I mean, it's not all the way painted yet, but I did buy that pretty rug to match. Isn't that pretty? Got it at Big Lots for $12. Sir, you have gas, and you're expelling your gas all over me. Anyway, Penny's got green paint in her hair. Already. Lime green paint. Yeah. Spring leaf green paint. Yeah, the whole side of my face is shining green. Did I buy a sample? No, I didn't. I bought a whole entire quart. Why did I do that? I always buy samples. But not today. No. I paid $30 for a quart. $30 whole for a quart of paint. That color green. I mean, I'm going to keep painting it. I'm not going to leave it half done. but I'm hoping it darkens up. I'm just going to keep putting more and more layers on it and see what happens. It's a hard job setting up your bed. It is. So, yeah, anyway, that's what we've got going on. I've got a neon green door. Matches my shirt a little bit, though. By the way, whatever pooped on my door, it's also on the wall. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's also on the wall. So whatever... I mean, everybody in the comments said on my other Facebook page, said it was a bird that was fighting with itself. And when it was fighting with itself, it was expelling things upon my door and apparently upon my wall. Are you, like, wet from, what are you wet from? Are you wet from paint? Honey, he's got gas. Oh my gosh, he's got the worstest gas. Dude, you've got the worstest gas. Ugh. Well, anyway, you'll recognize my house by the lime green door. I mean, I said I wanted lime green, didn't I? It's not really what I was thinking, though. No, I was not. It's not growing on me, though. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. It's not really growing on me. Yeah. Anyway, that's how my day is going. Got a gassy dog laying here. Wanting his booty scratched, and a lime green door. So, yeah. How's your day going? Hopefully better than mine. Anyway, that's all I've got for right now. So I guess I'll talk to y'all later. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Remember that I love you and Jesus loves you. And that green door, I don't know if it loves you or not, but buy samples, people. Buy samples. Learn from my mistakes. Don't buy spring green thinking, I think it's called spring green. Spring leaf? Spring leaf. Not spring green. Spring leaf. Don't buy spring leaf thinking it's a pretty color. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Thinking it's the color that you're looking for. Because I was looking for more of the green in there, which that's yellow that I'm pointing at. There's a green in there. Yeah. Anyway. I've never, ever, in my whole entire life. I mean, the door was pink when I moved in, so can it be worse than that? Because it was mauve, 1980s mauve, and the shutters were purple. So, because they had faded. Yeah, so could this be worse than that? Maybe so. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all on the next Tracy Tries. Goodbye.